And we welcome you to today's presentation of this Major League Baseball game between the Colorado Rockies and the Philadelphia Phillies. Here is your starting lineup for the home team, the Philadelphia Phillies. At designated hitter, batting first, Kyle Schwarber. At shortstop, batting second, Trey Turner. At first base, batting third, Bryce Harper. At third base, batting fourth, Alec Boehm. At left field, batting fifth, Max Kepler. At right field, batting sixth, Nick Castellanos. At catcher, batting seventh, JT Realmuto. At second base, batting eighth, Bryson Stott. At center field, batting ninth, Brandon Marsh. And pitching today for the Philadelphia Phillies, the right-hander, Taijuan Walker. Your starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. And with that in mind, guys, we welcome you to this game between the Rockies and the Phillies to close out the series between these two teams. Appreciate you guys tuning into this stream. My name is cgiulianihpu. If you've never been to a cgiulianihpu stream before, how it works is like this. Fire away on the chat with any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Any donation, get your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order that I see them. I knew that was coming, Cujo. I knew that was coming. It was too obvious. That was too obvious. Phillies won the first two games of the series, 6-1 and 5-1. Looking to get the sweep here in this game with Walker on the hill. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this stream. The moment Shohei was at bat in the ninth, all tied up, yeah, we knew it. We all knew it. On his bobblehead day, too, there was no way he wasn't hitting the home run. There was no way. After the Braves blew that lead with Ohtani coming up, that was the most obvious walk-off home run of all time. That was, like, if you were scripting it, that's exactly how it would go. That was the most obvious walk-off I've ever seen in my life. Braves are in trouble. Braves are in trouble. Braves are in some serious trouble. It's not looking pretty right now for Atlanta. 0-7 to start. They got to win the Marlins series. If they don't win the Marlins series, time to panic. Time to panic in that case. How's it going, Batman? Isaac, appreciate you tuning in. Again, any donation, get your question right away as I just go in the order that I see him. Click that link above if you haven't seen today's or last night's video. We should have another video coming out in between the games. How's it going, Keller? Wish we were doing Stars Twins in between, but it's part of it's cutting too close, and part of it is I want to get a video out in between the games, or the worst case scenario, get it something done after the Yankees game. The good thing is, or I shouldn't say good thing, but I do like it, is because the AAFC is now part of the NFL, that they combine it. We're going to do some AAFC videos. Not that I wasn't planning on doing some before, but I got a really good story to start for AAFC videos. First pitch in there for a strike to Doyle. 0-1, and this game is officially underway. No, I'm not. Right now, it's tough to put him in the field. Shot foul, 0-2. So Doyle up to bat for the Rockies. Walker again on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. Appreciate all you guys tuning in to this stream. It's Walker's first appearance of the season. Last season, not great, a 7.10 ERA. The weakest link of the rotation last year. Had a negative WAR for the first time in his career. Started 15 games and allowed 66 runs in 83 innings. Looking for a much better season this time around. 1-2 pitch. That one fouled off. We stay alive at 1-2. All right. Again, this game over on MLB TV. I think it's Dodgers, Phillies, and Cubs as division winners. I'm just worried about the Cubs bullpen, but I do like the Cubs. I do like the Cubs. If you look at the scoreboard, it was not pretty. You weren't wrong there. The scorecard was not pretty. Cowboys actually made a trade that didn't make me want to vomit. You know, it was not a terrible trade. It was actually not bad. Doyle is 0 for 7 this series, but he is going to be 0 for 8, as that's a beautiful play there by Marsh, chasing that one down in right center field. I don't hate that trade for either side. I really don't hate that trade for either side. I think Milton's a bit overrated. I didn't like him in the preseason, and yeah, he looked good against the Bills, but again, it was against their backups. Having said that, 5th round pick, and you get a 7th round back in return. You're moving up about 40 spots to get your backup quarterback because you need one. Why not? It's better than the Mingo trade, better than the Elam trade. Change the records looks way better. Yeah, because when I made the initial scoreboard, is Tavares up to bat. When I made the initial scoreboard, I thought it was going to put something in the bottom, like where the records are right now, and I realized I'm not doing that. Grounder to third, and this could be an error. He's going to beat that out. That should be E5. It was hard hit, but that should be E5 on Bohm. Tavares gets on base. We're going to see how they score this either way. Runner on first, and that's going to send McMahon up to bat. Yeah, I think that's going to be an error. I think that's going to be an error. That's a pretty routine grounder to first. I know they've been a lot more lenient with giving out hits as of late, but I think that's going to go down as an error. Either way, Tavares on board, and that's going to send McMahon up to bat. McMahon 0 for 8 this series so far with 5 strikeouts. It has not been his series, and Walker gets to him the count once again. 0-1. They do rule that an error. They do officially rule that an error, so E5. So Tavares is still looking for his first hit of this series. He's 0 for 9, but he is on base for the first time this series. Down low for a ball, 1-1. If you like what we see, people, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe. We're going to be live later tonight for the D-backs Yankees game as well. We're going to be live for that one at 7 o'clock Eastern time as the D-backs look to hopefully complete the series sweep. They got their first ever series win against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. It's never happened before. The 1-2, after that one gets fouled off. McMahon hitting just .211 to start the season off. The all-star for the Rockies last season. He struck out 9 times in 20 plate appearances. He's behind 1-2 here. Watches that one for a ball upstairs, 2-2. Last season, Walker's first outing was against the Padres and allowed 6 runs in 6 1/3 and 8 hits. I went for a much better first outing here. Right now, we'll go all 3 wildcard teams to the West. Yeah, right now, they're playing like the best teams. I think you can make the argument that 4 of the top 5 teams in the National League right now are in the West. Biggest Super Seabex Yankees ever played. Can't think of any other one. Neither can I. Neither can I. More impressed with the Giants and the Mets? Yep. I am too. I think what we're going to see, though, we're going to see the NL West teams start beating up on each other. We're going to start seeing that. The 2-2. Outside for a ball. 3-2. Yeah, the Krupp score bug. Yep. It is. It is the Krupp bug. Yeah, these are how the records are going to look from now on. They're not going to be in the upright corners. So I thought I was going to... I didn't realize I had that black bar when I did that. Full count. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout, and he will advance the scoring position. Tavares steals. Tavares was running on that one. He picks up his first stolen base of the year. Only had 6 last year. But McMahon will strike out yet again. This has not been his series at all. This has not been his series whatsoever. Phillies are thinking about challenging this play. He is... Ooh, that's actually close. That is close. We need the freeze frame on this one. Rule them safe. I think they're challenging this. They're going to challenge this. I need to see a freeze frame. I need to see a freeze frame here. Okay, this is the angle. He is... No, I don't think the foot's touching. I think he's out. I think he might be out. I think JT threw him out. I think the tag came before he touched second. This could be a strike him out, throw him out. McMahon struggles either way, continuing. That's his 6th strikeout of the series. He is out. It is a strike him out, throw him out. So McMahon, his series goes from bad to worse. He is 0 for his last 13 with 9 strikeouts in that stretch, and it's a strike him out, throw him out. A great throw there by JT. And Walker retires the side. Be an unconventional way to do it, but the Phillies win their challenges, successful. And we go to the bottom of the first. Nothing. Don't run on JT, baby. Nope. It's probably him and Gabby are the 2 catchers you don't run on. I think that helps offset the divisional being up. Yeah. I don't know if it does. Because you're still playing. Yeah, you only play like 9 or 10 games against teams now versus 18. Or 12 games or whatever it was before. I think it was 18. But at the same time, you got to do it against 3 other teams. How's it going, Cole? Welcome to the chat. Appreciate it tuning in. Cubbies got the series sweep yesterday. Finally at home tomorrow. Finally playing a home game. Speaking of the Cubs, every donation counts toward you make the call. Again, help me decide which game we're calling Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. So far, White Sox Tiger seems like the early leader, but you got till I don't know if I'm going to do till today or till tomorrow for the you make the call on that one. But we'll see. Might go till tomorrow on that one. I'll let you know. And again, if you are a member, you can show your support using those emojis in the chat. We do have the emojis for the Rockies, the emojis for the Phillies. We'll have the Yankee D-back emojis back in there tonight for the final game of that series. It's been a fun one so far. 2 pretty close games. D-backs winning both, and see if we can get the sweep today with Kelly on the bump. Schwarber, Turner, Harper, your leadoff hitters for the Phillies. How's it going, Steven? Welcome in. Let's go, Phils. Appreciate you a ton. The pitcher here for the Rockies, Antonio Senzatella. His first outing against the Rays, the only game the Rockies won all season. He didn't allow any runs, but he did allow 9 hits on 4 1/3. Control was not great. About 55% of his pitches were strikes, so 45% were balls. First pitch misses for a ball. The second pitch also misses down low for a ball. 2-0. Schwarber leading off here. Senzatella pitched 3 games for the Rockies last season. 6.57 ERA in those games. Allowed 15 hits in 12 1/3. Yeah, it's still way too early in the AL. It's still neck and neck. The AL Central in particular is like, it's just a mess right now. Swing and a miss downstairs. Schwarber chasing 2 pitches down low outside the zone. From 2-0 goes to 2. Cannibalism, that's the one. That's the word. Two outside for a ball. 3-2. That one right down the middle, but easy ground out there. 4-3 on the out, so Schwarber goes down. Good job bouncing back there after falling behind 2-0, and that's going to send Trey Turner up to bat for the Phils. Yeah, the Rocky Stars always tend to do fine. Yeah, then, as we saw yesterday, and we saw a lot, it's the bullpen, yep. A lot of times the bullpen. That's going to send Turner up to bat. He swings and misses there. Takes a big hack of that curveball. 0-1 the count. Turner, the 3-time All-Star, made the All-Star game last season with the Phils. Looks at that one a bit low, but they called a strike. Great framing job there by Stallings. 0-2 the count. Dredge, it's his 4th game this season. Last time out yesterday, went 3 for 5 with an RBI. Got his first RBI of the year. Fouls that one off 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Trey. Upstairs for a ball, 1-2. Turner has gotten on in every game so far this season. Granted, he's only played 3. Chop to the shortstop. Actually, second baseman picks it up. Safe. Turner outran it. Turner outran it. It was right in between the second baseman and the shortstop. Second baseman covers all that ground. And throw by Freeman. It's not going to get him in time. That will be a base hit. That's not an error. Did that go through? I think what happened on that one. How's it going, Richard? I think what happened, I think it hit the boundary. Yeah. That was what happened there. It was supposed to be a routine chopper to the shortstop. It hit the boundary in between the dirt and the infield grass. And it took a weird hop as a result. And that's what was able to... That's how it got past the shortstop. That's a base hit for Trey. First hit of the game. And Trey is now 4 for 6 this series. And that's going to send Bryce Harper up to bat. Yeah, that's one of those just weird bounces. We're at 9 of 300 games. And we're going to be at 10 tonight. So we're going to do a lot. So first certain players have little patience at bat. Schwarber is one of those guys you live and you die with it. You know he's going to strike out a lot, but you also know he's going to hit 450-foot moon bombs. If there's any player I want at the bat, if there's any player I trust at home run more than anyone else, it's Schwarber. The 0-2, you know, it's always when that happens. You don't see it every day, but that's why you run on everything. That's why you run on everything and you hustle. Great hustle by Turner. Harper behind on the count, 1-2. It's 1 for 9 this series. And that's going to be a foul tip for a strikeout. It was bobbled at first by Stallings, but I think that's a strikeout. He caught it. He's swing and a miss. And then, yeah, Stallings actually missed it at first. Harper never touched that ball. Stallings just missed the ball, but then bobbles in, and that's a strikeout. Harper's down on strikes. Bohm up to bat now. 1-0. So Harper now just 1 for 10 this series. Runner on first is Turner. Bohm has got a hit in both games of the series so far. He's 2 for 8 in this series. Watching that one downstairs for a ball. 2-0 the count. As Turner steals second, uncontested. So stolen base for Turner. His first of the season. Last season at 19. Led the NL in stolen bases in 2018 and in 21. Foul ball there, 2-1. Homer for the O's? Or was it 2-1 on that so far? Let's see if I can throw that on. Throw that on the bottom. Yeah, let's throw that on the bottom. Why not? Yeah. Throw that on the bottom. The 2-1 pitch with Turner in scoring position. That one into right field, but easily playable out there in right center for Doyle. Phillies leave a runner in scoring position. We go to the top of the second. No score. Give me hope as a Mariners fan, so we started 3-4, 2-5 the past few years and always came around the doorstep by October. Not a good habit, though. It's not a good habit to start off 3-4, 2-5, but you know what's possible? This division's not that good. I think what should give you hope for the what should give you hope is the fact that the Giants swept the Astros. That division is right there for the taking. The Cubs swept the A's. The Angels I'm not sold on. Like, they played a weak schedule so far, so I'm not sold on the Angels whatsoever. Really, the competition in the AL West is not crazy this year. I think that's what should give you hope. You ain't get swept. You did not get swept. All right, we go to the top of the second. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up here. Right, Rangers are going to be the tough one. Rangers are going to be the tough one. If they're healthy, led by Bochy, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Yeah, that one lost. What did they lose? Like 14-3 in that one? If you haven't seen yesterday's video, click that link above. The 0-7 Braves have better chance to make Phillies with 7-0 Padres. That's insane to me. To win the division, I get. But that's insane that the 7-0 Padres have a worse chance than the Braves. I guess they figure the Padres still have to play a lot of games against the Dodgers, and the Braves are halfway there. But that's still... I'm not panicking on the Braves just yet. If they lose the series to the Marlins, that's when it's time to sound the alarm on them. Yep. I feel you on that one, Keller. I know exactly what you're talking about there. First pitch swinging, 5-3 out. So Goodman goes down, and so far, solid outing for Walker. It's early, but considering his struggles last year, I'll take anything you can get with Walker. He's not allowed a hit. Faced the minimum so far. How's it going, Bruce? New subscriber here. Let's go, Phils. Appreciate you a ton. We do have the emojis in for members for the Phillies. Appreciate you a ton. We do a lot of baseball games on this channel. We call about 2 a day. We put out videos every day about the weird and the wacky history of the NFL, so really appreciate you a ton for tuning in. Swinging a miss on that curveball. Michael Toglia. He's been struggling this series. 0 for 8 with 6 strikeouts. This series. Rockies just 2 runs this series. Their offense is really struggling as of late. They've scored more than 2 runs in just one of their last 5 games, and the one game that they did, they scored 4. Bats have not gotten it going as of late. 1-1. That one inside for ball 2-1. The Rockies so far have scored just 10 runs on the season. Most runs they score in a game is 4. Swing and a miss outside, 2-2. Rockies right now, I would wager, the worst offense in baseball. 2-2, swing and a miss. Toglia strikes out for the 7th time this series. He's 0 for 9. He has now struck out 13 times in 21 plate appearances. His average, he is now 1 for 20 on the season. It's always good when your 5-hitter is hitting 050. It's always a good sign. Toglia goes down there. And that will send Nick Martini up to bat. Watches that one for a called strike. 0-1. Chopped off the glove of Walker, though. Walker makes the play, and it's a 1-3 out. It was off the glove of Walker, but it was able to get bounced back to Walker. 3 up, 3 down. Quick inning, quick work there by Taiwan. And we'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. Walker having faced the minimum. A very good outing so far, considering the fact that last season about a 7 ERA. Phillies, Twins, and Yankees are all playing today. That's a weird combination for favorite teams. Right now, the runs last night were earned. That is true. That is true. Braves offense is struggling, but I don't know, 5 games in, you've scored 10 runs. I feel like the Rockies probably have the worst. And your 5-hitter is saying 050. You're a regular 5-hitter, too. Where's the sell the team emoji? I don't know. Walker's a beast. It wasn't last season. He wasn't last season, but so far so good. His first outing of the year here. Much different than we ended last season. You recall the final 6 starts he had last season. He had a 9.95 ERA. Oh, bottom 6? Oh, nope. Bottom 2nd. That'd be a really quick game. That'd be a really quick game. I was thinking of the number 6 hitter on the Rockies. Last season, the final 6 games, a 9.95 ERA, allowed 21 runs in 19 innings and allowed 33 hits. A 1.196 OPS and an on-base percentage allowed of 46%. JJ Raid, how's it going, Asia? Welcome into the chat. Welcome into the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. You know, it's bottom 2nd. Yeah, I was adjusting the 6-hitter I was adjusting for the Rockies for the 6-hitter, and I accidentally put bottom 6 and clicked the wrong thing. Appreciate you, Agent, tuning in. Thank you, everyone, if part of the JJ Raid. Appreciate you a ton. Like what you see, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe, helps the channel out a ton. Any donation, get your question right away. Those are just going the way I see them. Any member can use the emojis in the chat. Yeah, Walker, some really good days. He giveth and taketh away. When he's on his game, he's good. When he's on his game, is good. Like, it was definitely solid in 23. First pitch misses downstairs for a ball to Kepler, 1-0. Play with JJ Raid. What's up? What's up, baby? How's it going, Hardcore? How's it going, AJ? Welcome into the chat. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. JJ's your Phillies. You'll say, oh, no way. Oh, that makes sense. How's it going, Lou? Welcome in. Be back later. Yep, all good. All good. So far, we're going to be pretty happy with how Walker's pitching. As Campbell just hit a home run, he just got that contract extension by the Red Sox. He just hit a 2-run shot, 4-1 the score. We do need a poop game. We will have a poop game at some point. The 1-1 pitch on the outside corner for a ball. How's it going, Scott? Welcome in. Good day, good day, good day. How's it going, guys? Welcome into the stream. Phillies, Rockies. 1-2 the count now to Kepler. Swings at that one foul. Kepler, this is his first season with the Phils after spending the previous 10 years, his entire career, as a member of the Minnesota Twins. Appreciate you guys a ton. Send me some love. Oh, man. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, helps the channel out. We do a lot of baseball on this channel. We do basically 2 or 3 games a day. We do a lot. As it's a liner to second, scooped up there by Freeman, but unable to get him out in time. Freeman had a bit of trouble after knocking that one down. That should be a base hit. That should be a base hit. Leadoff man is on either way. So Kepler will be on board after the liner to Freeman. Acquired from the Guardians this offseason. Great hustle there. That was 2 balls with Turner and with Kepler that were tough plays that if they weren't hustling, they would have been able to beat him. Wouldn't have been able to beat him out. That should be base hit. Maybe that'd be harsh to call an error. Castellanos up to bat. Watches that one for a strike. So Kepler, for going 0 for 3 last series, last game, gets the hit here. Foul ball, 0-2. Fewest starter earned runs for the season, but it doesn't matter because bullpen and batters are crap. Yeah, the whole team is just oof. The Kepler so far so good. Kepler so far so good. Gotta be encouraged by him. He's got a hit now in 3 out of 5 games. His average is about 300. So Sammy Sosa, nice. 0-2. That one misses downstairs for ball 1-2. Castellanos, the 2-time All-Star. He's got a hit in every game this series. 3 for 8 this series with a home run in the first game. It was a solo shot. Helped extend their lead. The 1-2. Foul that one off. Stay alive at 1-2. Castellanos so far in the season hitting .294. He's gone to hit in all but 1 game. So swing and a miss there. Foul tip strikeout. Castellanos goes down. Second strikeout today for Zenzatella. Struck out 2 batters last time out against the Rays. Or excuse me, struck out no batters, I should say. Walked 2, struck out none. Against the Rays, we got 2 here early on. As the Rays are in 25. It's not pretty right now. After that walk-off loss, but I will say with the Braves, if they don't beat the Marlins in the series, they don't win the series, I'd be concerned. But I'm not sure how many teams are taking anything off the Dodgers this year. So I don't know. But obviously 0-7, it's not great. It's not great. I think it feels the D-backs too. We've won 3 straight. We've actually dropped half a game in the last 4 days. Yeah, fire away, Jackson. I want to apologize for it. Probably have one of those moments on stream at some point. JT Romero up to bat. 0-1 the count. I gotta readjust this. Not off to the best start hitting-wise this season. Just 2 for 17 to start the year off. But that one's going to go into left center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So Realmuto, just his third hit of the season. Runners on first and second. Bryson Stott up to bat. Panthers, Vols, Braves. Vols are not garbage. No, the Vols are good. The Vols are good. The Tennessee basketball just made the Elite Eight. Tennessee football made the playoff. I like the direction they're going in. They used to be garbage. Yeah, that's not a good trade, Jackson. That is not a good trade. I don't see that happening. Stott hitting 200 to start the year off. Played the first game of the series, had the night off yesterday. Went 1 for 4 that first game of the series. Watch this, that one for a ball, 1-1. Senzatella has allowed 3 hits this game already. He has now allowed 12 hits in 5 and 2/3 innings. I don't really follow minor league hockey a lot. That one, a blooper, is going to get the throw out. He is not. It's a tough play by the shortstop, and the bases are full. Would have been a tough play. It was a slow-rolling chopper. And the throw, even if it was on time, I don't think it would have beaten him. Even if it was on time, I don't think he would have been beaten on that one. Been a tough throw for Tovar to make. Some of those slow... I think that was another one that went off the boundary in between the grass and the dirt. I think that's another one. That's twice now. Phillies are finding the spot that makes these balls almost unhittable. And that's a base hit. They're going to call that a hit, as it should be. Marsh with the bases loaded. Hey, right, I don't cover poker. I follow WNBA. I follow it. The 0-1. That one missed outside for ball 1-1. So Marsh is up with the bases loaded. Last season with the bases loaded. 13 plate appearances, got on base 4 times. That one's chopped. Back to the pitcher. Will try to make the out at home, but he's safe. He's safe. It was a bad throw by the pitcher. It'll be 1-0 Phils. It was a bad throw on the play by Senzatella. Would have been a bang-bang play if it was a better throw, but you one-hop that throw, you're in trouble. And he is definitely safe on that one. Keep the line moving. The Phils, that should be another hit for them. Just feel like the last year the Phils were the prime. It is an aging core. Definitely is an aging core. He is... Let's check. It looked pretty clear to me that he's safe. It's actually a lot closer than I thought, but he's safe. He is safe. Back to the top for Schwarber. And this is the last guy you want up. Black's challenging this. He's safe. Phillies won their challenge earlier, but this is going to be safe. Yep, we update it now. Schwarber going to come up with the bases full and 1 out. He had a grand slam last year. 18 plate appearances with the bases full last year. 17 RBI. Yeah, defense, not great today. These are tough plays, but he's absolutely safe. He is safe by a mile, actually. Poker WWE, at least you can get hurt in WWE. Poker, I don't know how you get hurt unless you, cut your finger on the card. Streaming a game with a team from at least every continental state? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if I have. I honestly don't know. Have I done a Wyoming? No, I've done Wyoming. No, runner's out. Whoa. The runner is out. The call's overturned. Really? I gotta be honest. I'm not so sure about that one. You killed cheating poker. I gotta be honest on that one. Where'd the ball come in? He looks like he's on the plate. I think that's a bad call. I think he got him. I think he got in time. They're going to say out. I thought for sure he was safe on that one. Black wins the challenge. Phillies song. I feel like the Phillies have a song. Yeah, he was safe on that one. I'm not sure what that was. I get the out. The foot beat him by a mile on that one. Was he never touched the plate? He was touching the catcher's foot the entire time? Challenge on Philly? No, that was the challenge by the Rockies. I did main games. I don't think I did Vermont. And that's going to be a slow-rolling chopper, 6-3 out, and the Phillies leave the bases loaded. The Phillies leave the bases loaded. We go to the top of the third. Somehow, Senzatella gets out of it. I am very surprised by that. I'm not going to lie. At that point, it's up to New York, and I don't know what they saw. We had the freeze frame and made it look like he was safe, but unless his foot never touched the plate and was touching the foot of Stallings, the catcher, the entire time, I don't know what to say. I don't think we haven't done New Hampshire or Dartmouth. I've done a main game before. I did main against NJIT. But the Phils leave the bases loaded, which I guess it was off the foot. I guess he was on the foot and not there. I guess the only explanation was Realmuto was on the foot of Stallings and not on the plate. How far are we dropping the draft? I don't think it goes past the Saints. I'd be surprised if it goes past the Saints. So somehow Senzatella's allowed 13 hits this season and no runs. Harper is playing, yes. He's the number 3 here. He's playing first. He'll be coming up to bat in the third. Senzatella, how many times do you see a stat line like this? 13 hits allowed to start the year off in 6 1/3. No runs. How many pitchers get away with that? 6 1/3, 13 hits, no runs. Walker coming out there for top of the third. He's faced the minimum so far. Allowed a base runner in the first on an error, but it was a strike him out, throw him out. Faced the minimum. Could drive to the second round. I don't see him driving to the second round. The thing with Levis, you have to remember the thing with Levis was that he was in a class where you had guys going first round. So once quarterbacks were off the board, there wasn't a whole lot of need for them. Like, you had Stroud, Richardson, and Williams. They were the clear-cut top 3. Pitching their first strike 0-1. Sanders is probably number 2 or 3 in a class where it's just Cam Ward. High fly ball to right center. That's got a chance to leave. It's going to go off the wall. That should be 2. Will be the first base hit for the Rockies. But staying at first. It's a loud single by Stallings. How's it going, Sasso? I cut supposed to come on chat. Appreciate tuning in. That is about the deepest single you're going to see. About a 360-foot single. So leadoff man on, but not in scoring position. In their first strike, 0-1 the count. Well, we're starting to get a hand to count these at-bats. Mickey Moniak is up. 2 for 4 to start the year off. Pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Last time out against the Phils went 1 for 2. Only one team needs a quarterback. Assuming Rodgers goes spend, that's Tennessee. Maybe New Orleans, but I don't think they need necessarily. Obviously, they got Carr. I don't think they need. I don't see teams drafting Sarah's having backup or compete for QB1, drafting high. I can see the Saints. Because who's their backup right now? I mean, it's Rattler, who was not good last year. They showed nothing. So we're going to miss there, too, until a pitch outside. The other thing, too, you have to remember, too, with the quarterback, because of how expensive they are, you really want to get them on the 50-year option. Got money on the game? Who do you got? Swing and a miss there. Moniak down on strikes. 1 out. That's going to send Tyler Freeman up to bat. Like, having the 50-year option is huge. That saves you so much money for quarterbacks versus having to pay them down the road. Getting for 1 year less. I thought you were talking second round. Or why drove Backman's top 10? Well, because I think Carr, his days are numbered. But I don't think it's dropping to the second round. I don't think Sarance will drop to the second round. If only for the 50-year option thing. If he goes past the Saints, I think you're going to see a team trade back up in the first round to get the 50-year option on him. Inside corner there. I'm not disagreeing with you on that one, Cujo. I'm not disagreeing with you on that one. Again, we saw the Falcons take Penix. That's going to be a 5-4-3 double. Nope, he's safe. Just beat out the throw, so fielder's choice, but 2 out. Freeman gets on. No, Browns are going to take Ward. Well, oh no, wait. No, because Giants are going to take Ward. I think it's going to be Carter at 2. I think the draft starts at 3 with the Giants. I think the draft starts at 3. And the Falcons took a backup with pick number 8. The Chiefs took a backup in 2017. Worked out pretty well. College baseball? Not entirely, but just, I do love it. I do like watching it, but I'm not like a huge follower of it. Pitch upstairs for a strike, 0-1. Right, why want the 50-year option? Well, because he'll be the starter eventually. The 50-year option, the whole point of the 50-year option is so that year 5 he's going to be making like $20 million instead of $60 million if he's the guy. Also gives you another year before you have to pay him the huge contract. Gives you another year before you have to. Was the heir apparent? Yeah, that is true. Penix was one of those. Am I Schwartzberg? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Like Penix, we all knew. Jordan Love, same thing to some extent. That pitch outside first, ball 1-2. Yeah, if you're a bettor, go to oddsteam.com with code JG9, get 25% for your first month. Never lose another break game with our arbitrage bank calculator. The 1-2, outside, 2-2. What platform? I use a lot of them. I've actually been like limited by a lot of the books because I win too much, but mainly FanDuel I use. Mainly FanDuel. Right, no, yeah, that's exactly why. Did he get him out? Beautiful play on the pickoff. He got him out. Freeman caught. Use Bet US. Yeah, I got limited on that one. The pickoff play there, Freeman was caught off guard, and even though the Rockies have got 2 base runners on this game, Walker has still only faced the minimum. He'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. Great pickoff play there. Let me California. Nice. I'm in Arizona, so I'm just 1 hop away. Stone's throw away. So Oddsim, what they have a lot of cool stuff. They have arbitrage betting, so you bet both sides always coming on top. You don't want to be a situation where the Giants win, they decline the 5th year, and then play just fine enough. Yep. Bortles was the same way. Bortles was the same way. That's the last thing. You want more flexibility with 50-year option with quarterbacks. Yeah, a lot of the promos are pretty good. Yeah, so arbitrage, you bet both sides, you always come out on top. They have positive EV builders and whatnot. Problem is that I was limited on a lot of the books because I was winning too many things. But let's see, I do a lot of live betting too. All right, back to bottom of the third. You're $300 to win 315. Phillies under 2.5 runs the first 5 innings. I'm pretty happy after that overturned call. High pop-up here by Turner. It's going to be playable for the second baseman. Underneath that is Freeman. One gone. Harper up to bat now. Someone was asking about him earlier. Who is right now? No one's winning. Score's nothing. No one's winning right now. You're good, Oscar. No one's winning. Phillies up to bat, though. First pitch upstairs for Wall 1-0. Phillies have a chance to take the lead this inning. The Rockies do not, but... Harper struck out swinging in the first inning so far. He's 5 for 23 on the season. In this series, he is just 1 for 10 with 2 strikeouts. So watch this down for a strike. 1-1. Sensatella delivers. Downstairs, 2-1. Again, new video coming out. Later tonight. I don't have any bets on this game. I don't have any bets on this one. But base hit there for Harper. He gets his second hit of the series. 14th hit allowed for Sensatella this year with no runs allowed. So I'll send Bohm up to the plate. All right. Why do I have no bets? Nothing I was confident on this game. Nothing I was confident on. First Friday's game I attended was... I don't sell picks. No, I do not sell picks. I sell OddsJam. I'll give you good deals on OddsJam. Best platform out there. Swing and a miss, so too. But I don't sell picks. No, I'm not a betting expert. First game I attended was when they beat the Nats 13 years ago when Harper was on the team. It was on my birthday and well over 100 degrees. Hot day. Wow. Hot day. Summertime. Summertime in the city. We 0-2 to Bohm. That's grounded up the middle. Base hit. Past the diving attempt by Freeman. Harper will get to third. Runners on the corners. 1 out. That's now 6 hits allowed by Sensatella this game. So 0-2 piece of hitting. Kepler up to bat. We sell ticks. I think I would probably get shut down by the government if I sold ticks. What would it take for them to force sale the Rockies? I think it would take a situation like what's happened in Tampa, where they don't have a stadium and the whole franchise is in limbo. Problem is that Rockies don't have that problem. Kepler up to bat. He's got runners on the corners here. Last season, it's actually pretty funny. He hit exactly the same with the bases empty versus runners in scoring position. 295 both times. Or 245, I should say, both times. What is OddsJam exactly? I'll explain it in a little bit. I'll explain it. So, second pitch downstairs for ball 1-1. So, OddsJam, what it is it gives you the best odds. So it's not a sports book. I'd love to hear me and Perna host Rockies play. I would love to do that. I'd be down. I'd be down. I'll explain what it is in I'll show you how it works at the in between the innings. Chopper, that should be 2, 3, 6, 1. Or 3, 6, 3, I should say. They get out of it. Double play. Senzatella has allowed 15 hits this season on 7 1/3 and somehow no runs. Kepler grounds into a double play. Beautiful piece of fielding there by the Rockies. Beautiful piece of fielding there. We go to the top of the 4th. Still no score. I don't get how this is possible. I honestly don't get it with Senzatella. I don't get this. How do you allow 15 hits in 7 1/3 and not allow a run? I'll just run this out. The magic of Rockies baseball. Yeah, so let me explain what OddsJam is. So OddsJam, basically what they do, I'm going to put it on like every book. Let me just change my filters on this. Let me do AZ books. We'll do that. Okay, so what OddsJam does is it basically, there's a lot of things that it does, but one of the really cool things that it does, what I use a lot, is this arbitrage betting calculator. What arbitrage betting is, you bet both sides, you're always guaranteed to come out on top. So here's just a look at like every sport. The whole point is that you bet both sides, you're guaranteed to win.
So. Well, you know, he talked about how
so let's say, because one of them has to hit. Let's take.
Well, that's where he hit it.
Let's take
and in
this.
my opinion, that's the only thing that's going to cause Major League Baseball.
This one, with DraftKings Bet 365. Player points
look,
in this EuroLeague. Oh,
right on the, and he's
audio's on. My bad. My bad. How? It's probably on the Orioles game. I turned it off on the Phillies game. I didn't turn it off on the Orioles game. Yep, we're good. We're good. We're good. Appreciate it. Sorry about that. Yep. Went on for the Orioles game. Wrong game. No, I'm not gonna get claimed. I'm not getting claimed for that. So I'll explain a little bit more in a little bit. High fly ball to center field. Easily play ball out there. Yeah, no, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. You're not gonna get claimed for that. For a few seconds for that. For an error. We'll be good. So Doyle flies out. Tovar up to bat. Yes, I'll explain it in between the innings. Because it's a really, really cool tool. Where you don't even stress out your bets. You get free money, essentially. That's popped up behind second base. 2 pitches and 2 outs. A stop makes the play that time. It will never be that. It will never be that. I promise you that one, Cucho. Never on this computer. But boom. McMahon. Down the middle for a cold strike. Was taken all the way there. You're not going to go 3 pitches, 3 outs. Walker so far just 39 pitches. He's faced the minimum. So only be his 40th pitch of the game. Usually if you can keep it at 15 per inning, you're in a good spot. And he's keeping it way under. That's about 10 per inning. So it's 0-2. So nothing but strikes to start this inning off for Walker. The 0-2. In the dirt for a ball. 1-2. First ball of the inning. And then I'll explain OddsJam for you, satisfying cuts, because you're going to like this a lot. You're going to like this a lot. The 1-2, that one's into center field. It's going to fall for a base hit. Oh, how do you have... On your laptop during... Oh, come on. How? How do you be that immature? That's stupid to do that. To be a teacher and have it on during... Like, come on. That's a problem. That's a problem. Base hit there. That's a problem. Wow. That's insane to me. That pitch, I think it hit him on the elbow. Goodman's going to take his base. And that guarantees the fact that Walker will no longer be facing the minimum. So Goodman gets hit by the pitch. He gets on. Hunter Goodman has gone on base in every game this series. He's gone on every game this season. He left the classroom and still went up to the last on the content. Oh, boy. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. The good news for the Rockies, you got a runner in scoring position for the first time all day. They got runners. We'll see. Yep, we're good. We're good. Did Toglia strike it? What did Toglia do? Sorry about that. My internet went out. My internet went out. Oh, it's actually back now. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're going to get back. Hang on. We're going back. I don't know what happened. My apologies on that one. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what the heck happened, but we're back. My internet went to the orange blinking thing for a little bit. I'm assuming Toglia got out there, as he has really struggled this entire series. Apologies about that. I was going to say the good news for the Rockies, you got to run on score, but the bad news is that Toglia is up to bat. And he's really struggled this season. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Apologies about that, guys. Apologies about that, but we should be good now. Something with the modem there, but we're okay. We're okay. Bottom of the fourth we go. So Toglia grounded out to second. Walker's on just 44 pitches through 4 innings. He's pitching lights out. Right, something before the internet goes kaboom. Yeah, the modem's good now. The modem's good. I'm not sure what happened. Castellanos up to bat. So, you know, we missed the entire, I was going to say on that one. So, Castellanos up. I feel like that's a good time to say that. I apologize for the internet connectivity issues. I pride myself as a man of strong internet and as a streamer of reliable internet. And I have let you down. And for that, with Castellanos, I apologize profusely. I don't know if I'm ever going to be streaming again. This might be the last time I ever open up OBS, whether it's for... Come on, Castellanos, come on. Do something here. Whether it's for an employer, myself. Severe lapse of judgment on my part. 2-2 the count. It was like perfect timing, too. It was perfect timing. Swing and a miss there, though. Castellanos strike it out. Can't do it that time. He strikes out. Third strikeout today for Senzatella. And we got a real Muto. We got a real Muto now. How's it going, okay? Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you a ton. Every time a driver... That probably gets very grating. That went into right center. That's a base hit. Realmuto's on board. Has some hitting struggles this season so far, but he gets on board with 1 out. The Phillies are getting hits off this guy. You make a homer with that if he stream? Should. He really should. So 7 hits for the Phils today. 16 allowed by Senzatella this season, 7 2/3, but somehow no runs allowed. Earned or unearned. Got corrupted 4 games. Oh, that's a bummer. That's so much time and effort to put in to get corrupted. Oh, I hate that. I hate when it freezes and gets corrupted like that. I hate that so much. All right, and I will show you odds jam at the in between the innings. I'll show you it in between the innings. I was going to show it in between the top and the bottom of the fourth, but obviously internet went kaput. But we're okay now. At least that one I knew what happened. At least that one the modem started blinking, so it's probably an issue for everyone in my thing. Get hits on serves with no runs. Yep. 1-1 outside for ball 2-1. Can't score. We'll see. They have a runner on first. Never count your money when you're sitting at the table. Especially in baseball. Seen some crazy things this season. Pickoff play, unsuccessful. Murdo gets back in there safely. 2-1. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Click that like above if you haven't seen yesterday's video, last night's video. A new video should be dropping sometime tonight. So I think it'll be a late night vid or going to be in between the this scheme and the D-backs game. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Half-hearted swing there. 2-2. Because I got to get you in on this deal. No internet or bad internet? No internet. Because at least I would know. Like, I can't do this. Bad internet is frustrating because it's like, it's the tease. It's the tease of it all. The 2-2. Chopped. What on... Oh, that go... Okay, we're trying to sort out what the heck that was. What the... I have no idea what the heck just happened. It went off the foot of the runner. Went off the foot of Real Muto, so he's out. He's out. Stott is not out. He gets on with a fielder's choice. I think that might have been a base hit if it did not hit the foot of Real Muto. I think that would have gotten through. I think the way the shift was, I think that actually would have gotten through. But fielder's choice. Yeah, the ground ball went off the foot of Real Muto. So he's out automatically. Stott gets to first as a result. Pitch miss outside for ball 1-1. Man, a lot of weird bounces this game. Go-to ballpark food? I'm a popcorn guy. I have season tickets to the D-backs, so, like, I don't really... Yeah, most Rockies field choice ever, yep. The 1-1, chop foul, 1-2, the count to Marsh, the bottom of the order. My foot, baby, my foot. Yeah, I'm really more of a... Now, like, they have, like, the personal pan pizzas that are good. Like, if it's Pizza Hut, personal pan. So I think what Pizza Hut is, the smaller the pie, the better it is. If it's a large pie, it sucks. Personal pans are really good. Like, Spinato's is good personal pan pizza. They sell them at Suns games. Feel magical Rockies baseball. There's a lot of magic this game, I can tell you that much. I feel like Sanzatello's not going to allow a run this season. I feel like this is the universe's way of saying it's not allowed to run this season. I've not seen the Dodgers concession item. Hot dogs and nachos? I mean, that's classic. The 2-2. Fly ball into left, but easily playable out there for Moniak. And we go to the 5th. Still no score in this one as the Phils look to get the sweep, but they're leaving a lot of runners on base while doing so. All right, so Shore's got the bases empty when we get back. All right, so here's Odds Gem. Let me do some Odds Gem for you. Okay, so what's nice about Odds Gem is that you're guaranteed to win no matter what happens. So let me show you this. So here's DraftKings. Here's Bet365. This guy, Lyon against Baskonia. I don't know either of these teams. I'm not watching this game. But it tells you exactly what to do. It tells you exactly what to do. So what that means is that Andre Roberson, over 17.5 is the line on DraftKings. Under 18.5 is the line on Bet365. So he's guaranteed to do one of those things. Right? Because right, you can't, there's no third option here. He either goes over, or because if he scores 16 points, let's say, the under wins. If he scores 19 points, the over wins. So he's guaranteed to do one of these two things. So the lines are different. The minus is bigger than the plus. It means it's an arbitrage, which means you bet both sides, you're guaranteed to win. It tells you exactly how to bet it. So let's say you bet $100 on Bet365, you bet $10 on DraftKings with this line. If you do that, you're guaranteed to win a profit of anywhere from $80 to $100. Now, if he hits 18 points, you win both bets. That can happen sometimes. Let's do it for baseball, let's say. You can filter it by sport, by sports book. You can filter it by anything. Let's filter it we're going to clear. We're just going to do baseball. So like this. And like it just one-click link. All you do is you just click on this and you go for that. Yep, just go exactly middle hits, you win both. So like let's say Bet365 and ESPN Bet. First inning total runs in this KBO game. It's either going to be over 0.5 or under 0.5. Strike one there. So you're going to hit one of these two no matter what happens because there's no third option. There's no way it can't hit. Either the over hits or the under hits. The plus is bigger than the minus. It's an arbitrage. So what that means is that you're guaranteed to win no matter what happens. That's a blooper into left, but playable. Hung up there a bit too long for Kepler. 1 out. So that's what that means. And you can adjust it based on how much money you want to put in. You want to go do that. So that's what OddsJam is. It's not a sports book, but it aggregates all the sports books. You have to create the account on different sports books. But it aggregates all the books, and it allows you to basically bet both sides so you're guaranteed to come out on top. There's also parlay builders. They have positive EVs, so they tell you, okay, which book gives you the best odds for this. Chop Fallow won the count. So there's a lot of cool perks, and if you want the link to that, it's completely, you get 25% off with my code, and you make your money back immediately, basically. Because, again, it's literally, and I don't say this slightly, because it literally is free money, because, yeah, looks small from that one. Yes, that one was not the best percentage. That one was not the best percentage. That was just filtered by baseball. Live betting, they do it for live betting too. Live betting is where you make a lot for that. Pre-match betting is the percentages are usually not that high, but live betting can get some really good discrepancies. 2-1 inside for Stallings. What does it cost? You get 25% off your first month. I think it's like $150. $150 per month. But you make it back immediately. You make it back immediately. All it takes is like 1 or 2 bets. With a good line, you make it back. Because it's telling you, okay, you do this and this, you're guaranteed to make this. You do that enough times, you're going to do that. So, 3-1 the count. Stallings looking on for the second time today. He swings to that pitch outside the zone as we caught out in right field by Castellanos. Walker on just 51 pitches. The Dodger new hot dog. Ooh. Weekend schedule. Is going to be UFL, Final Four, and one of those 3 games on the side. And we should do Sunday Night Baseball. Well, no, Sunday Night Baseball is ESPN's 12 and 6:30. Yeah. It's going to be Memphis Showboats crowds. Yeah, it wasn't pretty the last 2 games. Dodger hot dog. What is this? 1.5 foot long hot dog. A 16-inch jalapeno sausage hot dog. Oh, God, the toilets are going to love that. High fly ball into left center. That's got a chance. It's gone. Well, Moniak's going to third. I think they went above the line. That should be a home run. I think that went above the line. That looked like a home run to me. That looked like a solo shot by Moniak to me. I think that went above the line. He's either on third or the Rockies have the first run of the game, and that's gone. Yeah, that is absolute. That's over the wall. That's gone. That's gone. That should be a home run. That was off the railing. Yep. That's a home run. That is absolutely a home run. That'd be the second one for Moniak this season. That should be gone. They're going to review this one. But that should be 1-0. Moniak hit 14 home runs each of the past 2 seasons with the Angels. This would be his second of the season. Friday schedule, just the UFL game. We're just doing UFL. And that should be a home run. 1.5 foot. Subway's got nothing on that. Oh, no! They're not... Wait, they're not returning that? That's... Okay, runner on third. Wait, what? Wait, how is it not a home run? How is that not a home run? Freeman up to bat. That's a triple. That's not a home run. I thought for sure that was gone. They're going to... That was over the wall. It was in between that gap. It was pretty much in the stands. It went off the railing. Okay. Cowboys trade. I don't hate it. It's actually reasonable value for the Cowboys. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know how that's not a home run. Fouled off 2-2. Yeah, everyone's looking at on Twitter. Everyone is wondering the same thing. How that's not a home run. Average outside full count. 3-2. Casino bet? I do not. I mean, sometimes I go to the casino, like if I'm on a cruise, I'll play like some blackjack, but. (3-2) upstairs for a ball. Runners on the corners, down 2 out. What size is this going? Oddsjam.com. I'll link it and I'll give it the promo code where you bet both sides always coming on top. Again, it costs a bit of money. I'm not going to lie. It does cost some money. I'll be upfront there. But I will say you absolutely, you get it back. You get your money back with all the bets you make with that. Well, like I was saying, another quarterback, they don't have one. Cooper Rush is gone. Trey Lance sucked. He's not coming back. You feel he's got with, yeah, I was going to say, that absolutely was a home run. To the top of the order we go, though. So Freeman gets on, and Doyle's up to bat. Yeah, but I'm Cowboy left for the next 2 hours, yeah. Doyle, high fly ball into right. That's going to be playable out there in front of the track. Castellanos makes the grab, so Rockies leave 2 on. And a controversial inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still no score. I don't know how there's been no score this game. This is one of those I have no idea. 8 hits for the Phillies, which should have been a home run for the Rockies. I don't know how we got no score. Joe Miller, a good backup? We don't know yet. We don't know. He showed promise last year. He definitely showed promise. I'll put a poll up. Was that a home run? I have no dog in this fight. That looked like a home run to me. I don't know how that's not. Phillies even some stuff, yeah. Making the plays in the outfield that they need to be. Alright, I'm just tweeting out about that play because so nothing to score. Do it online with BetUS. There's bonus and blackjack players here. Blackjack, so it's a bit different with that, but I never do online betting. I'll never do online casino games because they can easily. I want to like actually see in person. I want to see everything. No, Black didn't challenge that one. The 1-0 downstairs for a ball. 2-0. He runs really with I don't know. The 2-0 pitch to Schwarber. Upstairs for a ball. 3-0. Third time around. Schwarber got on base 87% of the time last season after being ahead in the count 3-0. Was down for a strike. Oh, no live dealer? Ooh. Oh, live dealer. Okay. Live dealer, that makes a bit better, actually. Live dealer, at least I get. A 3-1. He'll pop that one up to left field. Dropped! Dropped on the play by Moniak. Schwarber on, and that's C7. A routine fly ball. And Moniak almost at the home run the top of the 5th. He loses track of the ball. That's an error. That was a routine fly ball. Off the glove of Moniak. The Rocky defense today has been a bit iffy at times. That one's absolutely E7. Couldn't track that ball somehow. And Turner up to bat. What should have been an easy out, number 1. Leadoff man in scoring position. Moniak last season, 4 errors with the Angels. 986 fielding percentage, 1-1. Except for when we get tomorrow for the Tigers, we can get fielding cleaned up. We should be a top contender. I think so too. Especially because the division is not good right now. The division is not good. Grounder to short, picks it up. Runner will advance 90 feet. There's the first out. And that will send Harper. First base is open. They're not going to walk him, though. So they'll pitch to him, and it's a good pitch there. Low for a strike. One swing and a miss there. Got him chasing outside 0-2. The 0-2, downstairs for ball 1-2. Schwarber on third. Downstairs again. Good block there by Stallings. Makes it 2-2 in the count. Bowman the on-deck circle. Rockies are lucky. The Nuggets and Broncos are doing well so far. Yep. It's enough of a distraction. It's just enough of a distraction right now. The 2-2. Down the first base line. That's a base hit. That's the first run of the game. Bryce Harper. His second hit of the game, and that will be an RBI double. Finally a run. Been a lot of interesting calls this game in terms of Real Muto being out at the plate earlier. And the Moniak home run that wasn't. But now that one, you can't take that one off the board. Harper, RBI double for him. First base was open. They pitched to him. And Bohm will come up with a runner in scoring position. On the outside first strike, 0-1. Chopper to short. Runner will advance 90 feet, but 2 out. Kepler up to bat. Ground into a double play last time. First pitch, 1-0. Kepler will swing, pops it up to left, playable in fair ground, and makes the grab. Catch out there by Moniak, makes that one. An unearned run. So Senzatella is still not allowed an earned run this season. But it is 1-0. We go to the top of the 6th. 1-0 your score. If you like what you see, folks, make sure that like button down below, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss a single video that we posted on the channel. Get my money. There you go. Cash for 315. Nice. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. The thrill of victory on that one. The thrill of victory. First pitch outside, 1-0. 5.5 in the first for the heavy juice on the over. Played the under. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that's a lot. Well, I think because Walker had like a 10 ERA in September last year. This is his first start. He probably bet 6,000 on the over. Inside, did that graze him? It did not. 2-1, but no hit by pitch there. Activity in the Phil's pen. Walker on just 63 pitches, though. How's it going, Michael? About to fly Miami? Let's go, baby. Let's go. 3-1 the count. Tovar, McMahon, Goodman coming up. And 5-3 out there. Rockies, no runs this game. They have just 2 runs this series and 10 on the season. McMahon looks at that off-speed pitch for a strike, 0-1. So Rockies now 10 runs in, was it 51 innings this season? 1-1 the count. McMahon watches that one for a ball. 2-1. McMahon got a base hit last time. His first hit of the series. He's just 1 for 10, though, against the Phils. Two 2-1. Fouled off 2-2. That one is short, picks it up, 6-3 out. Walker on just 70 pitches. As Goodman will come up. Home player safety going to do nothing after slew foot. Yeah, that was insane. I thought for sure they were going to do something on that. Swing and a miss on the outside slider. 0-1. I thought for sure they were going to do something there. One the count. Swing and a miss downstairs by Goodman. 1-2. A heck of an outing here for Walker if he can finish this one off. Last season, to not have a single outing that he pitched where he didn't allow a run. He's going to get the strikeout there downstairs. We go bottom 6. 1-0 the score. 3 up, 3 down. Goodman gets set down. Castellanos 2 up when we get back in that one. All right. Yeah, Walker, heck of an outing. Again, the first outing he had last season, not great. Kind of set the tone for how the season was going to go against the Padres. Did get the win, but he allowed 6 earned runs and 8 hits and 6 1/3 and 2 home runs. The Braves. Tush pushing gets banned. Should we ban Joe Burrow throwing to Jamar Chase? Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. It really is how I feel. Like, you shouldn't ban it because it's too good. You shouldn't ban it because it's too good. I don't get the logic there at all. Yeah, Ben Mike Evans. Yeah, Louisville basketball boosters getting some high players right now. Yeah, first pitch swinging there. Shallow right field. Martini makes the out. In right. First pitch there for Castellanos, and 1 pitch, 1 out. Ramiro up to bat. Pain on the Phillies. Guess you're not too high on them. First pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Senzatello staying out there. No earned runs allowed this season for Senzatello, despite all the hits. That run he allowed in the 5th was unearned after the error by Moniak in left. That pitch, downstairs, 2-0. Real Muto, 2 for 2 this game. Had just 2 hits on the season before. That was 2 for 17 entering this game. You bet Mike Evans in the end zone? Yep. Pretty much. You can't ban stuff because it's too good. It goes against the spirit of competition. 3-1 now. Yeah, especially after the playoff series, yeah. You lose like that in the playoffs. I got it. 3-1, fouled off. Full count now for Realmuto. Last season, got on base just 28% of the time on a full count. What can he do here? You ban the Chiefs? I mean, we could ban the Chiefs because they're too good at winning. I'm okay with that. You know, I'm actually okay with that. I'm okay with that. 3-2. That one fouled off. We stay alive. You figure this is going to be the last inning for Senzatella. The 3-2 pitch. Chopped down the third base line. Gonna be a tough throw and did not beat it. Realmuto gets on board for the third time today. Nice hustle there. Realmuto beats it out. Only had 2 hits before this game. His third of the day, though. I don't know why we're banning the Vikings. I don't know why we're banning them. They do a good job knocking themselves out of the playoffs before the Super Bowl. They do a good job of that anyways. The NBA mock draft, Cooper Flag goes to the Jazz. Well, he's going to go number 1. We all know he's going 1. Just depends on who's got the pick. So Senzatella on 92 pitches. His day is done. He'll be responsible for the man on first. So Senzatella, 10 hits allowed, I should say. 10 hits allowed. He's allowed 19 hits so far this season. No earned runs, though. He is responsible, though, for the man on first. Bad affection, NHL scraps former player safety. I don't think they do. I think it'd be a bad look if they scrapped it. They got to refine it, but I don't think they're going to scrap it. So new pitcher coming in for the Rockies. When we get back, will be Luis Peralta, it looks like. So Senzatella's day is done. I think it will be Luis Peralta. Not the best outing last time. Against the Rays. Pitched just 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 earned runs. Got credit for the loss in that 6-4 game. Get JT on fire today. He is. 2 hits before this game, 3 hits today. That felt authentic. COVID did not feel real. The COVID playoffs did not feel real. Nothing about that felt real until the World Series where you had fans in the stands and whatnot. It's funny too, because I know people that went to the World Series that year. They went, and it was like dirt cheap to go, relatively speaking. I was like, I wish I could go to a World Series game at some point. Like, that would be awesome, but I'll never be able to afford it. And then sure enough, D-backs making them a season goaler at that point, so we do that. Get any donation, get your question Red Wings, or just go in the other SCM. We're calling this game. We're calling the Yankees D-backs game later tonight. Luis Peralta coming up here. Again, had a rough outing last time against the Rays. Your COVID year shouldn't count the record books. Well, the thing with the COVID year, it's odd. The champions of the COVID year all probably would have won the championship in a regular year. Like, I think the Lakers still would have won. The Dodgers still would have won. I feel like the Lightning still would. I feel like everything would have won. The Astros, if they won, that would feel fake. That would be a Mickey Mouse ring. If the Astros at below 500 won the World Series that year, that would have been Mickey Mouse. Stott fouls that one down the right field line. 0-1 the count. Just update this. And if you did like the odds jam thing, you do want to do some live betting, the arbitrage, use my code cgiulianihpu. You get 25% off your first month. Never lose another bet again with our arbitrage betting calculator. We bet both sides, you always come out on top. Pitch there, he's going. It's a ball, and he's in there safely. Realmuto gets the stolen base. JT is in scoring position. We're going to get 3 tickets. Yeah, I would think so on that one. Only stole 2 bases last season, but he decides to take off there. Nice hustle there by the catcher. His jersey's earning on that one. The 1-1 to Stott. Looks at that one on the inside corner for a strike. 1-2. Muto again. He only attempted 4 steals last year. Got caught out 50% of the time. Not a guy known to run, but got the jump there. He's in scoring position. The 1-2 pitch now to Stott. Fouled off. Count remains 1-2. Peralta last season was absolutely money coming out of the pen. A .73 ERA. Allowed just 7 hits in 12 1/3. That pitch missed downstairs. Struck out 14 batters last season in 12 1/3. 2-2. That pitch misses downstairs. Full count here. First base is open after the stolen base by Real Muto. Full count here. Stock out on base 55% of the time on a full count. He'll launch that one into right, but got underneath it just a little bit. Martini makes the grab there. Runner's going to go. Remuto's going to go to third. He'll advance 90 feet. Braves have got 1 earned run, lost 49 innings. Oh my God. I need a Braves-Rockies series like right now. I need Braves-Rockies immediately. I need the 2 immovable objects. We need to see a 20-inning game. We need to see a 20-inning game. That's how we get 20-inning games. And Manfred will change the rules again. When do the Chiefs take a step back? I think this could be the year. I honestly think this, in terms of wildcard divisional, I think this could be the year. Mahomes is not the same quarterback he was. I didn't really get better this offseason. We got to see with the draft, but Kelsey's getting up there. He's coming back. He's getting up there in age. He's definitely not the same player he was. I feel like right now, the core is starting to age a little bit. So, like, Patricia's happy when he got fired as head coach. So, he go back to being a coordinator, not so much in the spotlight? No. If you coach, you want control. He craves control. You want to be the guy in charge. I know for me personally, like, once you have that control, you don't want to go back. Both getting team fines? Yeah, the fines are going to do anything. Suspensions will do stuff. Play at the end of the month? Oh, man, that's prime time. That's must-see television at this rate. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss upstairs. 2-2. Peralta inherited the runner on first. It's now on third. The 2-2 to Marsh at the bottom of the order. Downstairs, full count. Yeah, Nats and Marlins have never been good at the same time. Hope the Ghost Runner goes away. It's never going to go away. It's the speed games up in the regular season. Hopefully it just never happens. I'm fine with Ghost Runner, just should be on first base. But hopefully it never happens in the postseason. Marsh hit 4-2, or got on base 43% of the time last season on a full count. She's not seeing the Finns are official playoff game. Oof. That's rough. Activity in the Rockies pen as well. Jake Bird is in the pen. The pitch fouled off down the third base line. Wow, I cannot speak. We stay alive at 3-2. Right, Ghost Runner starts on second. Yeah. I want it to start on first. I know it starts on second. I want it to start on first. Because the thing with second is that you can throw a perfect game and still lose. And that shouldn't be a thing. Otani leads the lead in walks. I'm going to say fact on that one. 3-2. Misses inside for a ball. Runners on the corners. 2 out. Peralta has to face one more batter. There is activity in the Rockies pen, but he's got to face one more batter. You know, it should start first. I'm fine with the Ghost Runner because I get the idea of, okay, if you play a game and it goes like 17 innings, you deplete your pen for the next 3 or 4 games. And you have to mess everything up just to win one game. I get that. I do get it. And a mound visit here. So I don't hate the theory of the concept of the ghost, right? I really don't. But it really should be start on first. And obviously postseason, it should never be a thing. It's like the NHL. You don't do shootouts in playoff hockey. It should never be that way. Okay, so apparently, so he goes around, yeah, maybe start second by 12th, yeah. Maybe that. 1-0 misses downstairs, back to the top of the order for Schwarber. So apparently on that shot by Moniak, going back to the top of the 5th, going back to that, apparently there are rules in play for what happens if something like that happens. They got him in a pickle play. They're trying to get the double steal. They try the double steal with Marsh. Got him in a pickle play. The whole point of that was get him in a pickle and get Realmuto home. But it's botched completely. Rockies were not fooled at all. We go to the top of the 7th. I've seen Torey Lovullo try that many times. They try the pickle play with the whole idea being just get him in a rundown or steal second, and if not, get him in a long enough rundown where Realmuto can cross the plate. Didn't work out that way. Good throw there by Stallings, good read by Stallings, and the Phillies will leave a man on third. Another wasted opportunity for Phillies. They only lead 1-0. And that means, again, that the starting pitcher for the Rockies, another game where he's now allowed 19 hits this season, no runs. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, so apparently, the rules at Citizens Bank, if the ball hits above left center field and rebounds back onto the field, that's in play. If it lands in between, it's a home run. But if it bounces, that seems counterintuitive because there's a gap in between the wall and the fence. There's a gap in between the two. But if the ball hits the fence and bounces back into play, that's a home run. Or in play, I should say. So that was the right call. Somehow. You hit Schwarber. I don't get it. That seemed... I don't know what I was thinking there. I don't know what Thompson was thinking on that one. Had Schwarber up too. I get if it's like a bad hitter up, but not with Schwarber. And it had him to count too. I don't get that one. I don't get it. So Walker, 6 innings of work. Kept the pitches down. Good outing for him after a rough season last year. And he will be done. He gets the quality start. He's in line for the win right now. The 5, 6, 7 hitters due up. But his day is done. And the new pitcher for the Phillies will be the right-hander, Orion Kerkering. First pitch in their first strike. Snow in Denver? Oh my. In April? Yeah, there's a reason I don't live there. Yeah, I'll take my 90 and sunny out here in Phoenix. Totally up to bat. He's 0 for 2 this game. He's had a rough start to the season. He's 0 for 21 he's 1 for 21 this year, I should say. Fouls that one off, 1-2. It shows in May too. Oh, even better. Even better. So far, Orion Kerkering, 1 2/3 of work, 2 hits allowed, 1 walk, but no runs, earned or unearned. Even so, in July, I get in the mountaintops, but I don't get that. Yeah. The pick-up play's got to go a bit longer. I've never been to Petco. I've seen it on the outside. I've been to San Diego. Didn't go to a game. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout today for Toglia. He is now, a series to forget. A series to forget for this man. Toglia is now 1 for 22 on the season. He's 0 for 11 this series. It's always 8 inches here. I'm not going to take the bait. I'm not taking the bait. I'm not taking the bait, Cucho. I'm not taking the baits. 1-0 the count. Martini up to bat. In there for a called strike. Still on Labor Day? Oh my god. Labor Day is like where you're supposed to have like barbecues and pool parties. Like it's the end of the summer. Not snow. The 1-1. That one's lined in between the first base and the second baseman for a base hit. Martini gets on board. The Rockies have a tying run at first with 1 out. Stallings up to bat. Lakers or Warriors winning it all. I got the Nuggets. I just don't know in a 7-game series they beat Jokic 4 times. I just don't know how. It takes something special to do it. I'm not sure any team's got that this year in the NBA. It's not like the Celtics last year would have. First pitch in there, called strike. 0-1. May 25th, still a couple years ago. Oh my god. It's what, Memorial Day weekend? That's just insane to me. Tree's broken ever? I bet. That pitch, did he go around? I think he held off. Trying to protect himself there. 1-1. Pitch misses upstairs. Stalling 1 for 2 this game. His third team, he was with the Pirates and the Marlins before coming to the Rockies at 34. He's now 35 years old. The 1-1 swing and a miss, 96 there. Stanley Cup final prediction. Oh, man. The Canes have to be due at some point, right? The Canes feel like the Bills as of late. They got to be due. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Stallings gets set down. 2 out. Moniak up to bat. Had a triple last time out. You don't mind snow. Yeah, the shoveling's what gets you. I think you shovel to then shovel it again while your hard work's done because you got to shovel it a second time. NBA Finals, I got Celtics Nuggets. Pitched strike 0-1. And then I got for Stanley Cup. In there for a called strike, 97. I want to say, yeah, the Canes, they have to be due. I'm going Canes Stars. I'm going Canes Stars on that one. The 0-2. Fouled off. I mean, the Carolina Hurricanes trajectory is like exactly like the Buffalo Bills. It really is. They are basically identical franchises over the past decade. The 0-2. Grounder up the middle. Underhanded toss by the pitcher. Keckering leaves the runner on first. Does his job. Another scoreless thing. How do I indicate who's batting? Top 7, bottom 7. So it's based on that. All right, let me load up the GarageBand thing. On the interface, how do I do it? Oh, I just have different layers. I have different layers. All right, let me load this up. All right, let's do this. 7th inning. You know what that means. Let me get this in. Caps and Kings get a line roll. Oh, fact. 100% fact on that one. I'd be surprised if they don't. Here we go. Time to stretch, baby. Time to stretch. And with that, you know what that means. Give me a second here. Now that, we will go to GarageBand. All right, here we go. Ready? Wait, hang on. Audio's off. Let's try this. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, there we go. There we go. Play Who Let the Dogs Out. They do that during D-backs games. They actually do that. After that, they do play Who Let the Dogs Out or I Want to Dance with Somebody. Very nice thing. Let's do it. Let's do it. I can't trust the Canes. I can't pick a Canadian team. Yep. I feel that way too. I feel that way too with some of this. Peralta staying in there for a 7th inning of work. I love doing that. There will be a day where I royally mess it up. Oh, meanwhile, breaking news. Breaking news. The Raiders have signed Geno Smith to an extension. So he's going to be there for 3 years. Not surprised you don't make that trade if you're not going to re-sign him. But Geno Smith locked up for the next 3 years in Vegas. Gets a 2-year extension. So you can pretty much rule out Sanders to the Raiders. Better than Jeff Gordon? Yep. Not hard on that one. 1-1 the pitch, or the count to Schwarber, I should say. That's what I do. Bananas gives to play yellow. A 3-year deal. That's a high fly ball by Schwarber into right center. That's got a chance, and that is gone. It's got more than a chance. It's in the third deck. Schwarber, moonshot, 444 on that one. His 4th of the season, and the Phillies lead 2-0. A solo shot for Schwarber. 2-run lead. They lead Peralta in after he pitched about 20 in the 6th. The decision backfires as Schwarber lean off the inning, high fastball. And if you give Schwarber a high fastball, that's the one pitch you can't give him. The one pitch you can't give Schwarber is a high fastball. That's the one pitch. Receiver in the drive, I could see that. They do need some help there. Or at running back. I think running back, potentially. That's the one thing you can't do. You cannot give Schwarber a high fastball. Like that. That pitch misses outside for a ball 1-1. Peralta staying in there. How's it going, Manjo? Welcome in. Getting ready to go to work for the afternoon. Nice. Pitch 2-1. Raiders should be winless right now. Yeah, they're not looking good. I will say that much. They ain't looking good. The 2-1. Outside for a ball 3-1. He was doing well. Yep. It's funny too. If obviously it's a different at bat, but if they didn't go the pickle play, this game's over. Basically, didn't try for the pickle play, and that same thing happened. Turner fouls that one back, full count. So Schwarber on one hand hits a home run. On the other hand, could have had 3 runs instead of 1 if everything was exactly the same, which honestly it wouldn't have been, but never know. NFL equivalent of the Rockies. Swing and a miss. Turner chases the high fastball. 1 gone. And then going on tonight, we're doing the Yankees D-backs game. Doing Yankees D-backs tonight, and then we'll sign off. We're not doing overtime tonight because it's a Thursday night. NFL equivalent of the Rockies. Swing and a miss there on the inside corner for Harper. I could see, yeah, Panthers ownership that just feels very, very bad. Came in the 90s. Probably want to say the Titans. Part of me want to say the Titans just because you can make 1 Super Bowl. But Jaguars, our owner spends though. Our owner spends. Maybe the Cardinals. Honestly, maybe the Cardinals. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Peralta. Harper goes down and Nelson Bohm up to bat. And that's going to be it for Peralta. 29 pitches. 1 run allowed, and that was the shot to Schwarber. Pitching change here for the Rockies when we get back. I think the Cardinals are a good comparison, potentially. Even though, they're very different in terms of how old they are. No, the Jaguars, the thing is that our owner spends. It's not... success-wise, you're right. It is... The Jaguars are pretty much a good equivalent. Success-wise. They do well in years that end in 7. That's about it. Success-wise, you're right. I'm talking like, I'm thinking like if I'm thinking about the Rockies, the thing with the Cardinals, one miracle run out of nowhere. Rocktober and the run by the Cardinals in 08. Never made it back since. Only made it once. Never made it back. Ownership that is very cheap. Notoriously cheap. Pirates are the Cardinals? They got titles. Yeah, they got titles. Cardinals, I mean, they do have titles back to Chicago, but I could see that too with nutting. There are a lot of teams that act like the Cardinals in baseball. Problem is that, like, there's so many teams that act like the Cardinals in baseball. They're just very cheap and have owners that you don't trust at all. There's different kinds of dumb ownership, though. There's different kinds of dumb ownership. There's dumb ownership in the sense that they spend money, they just don't know how. And there's dumb ownership in we're going to screw over the fans by not spending money. And by giving the Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals, $50 million to take our best player. Pirates of the Browns? I think that's a better comparison. I think Pirates Browns is a better comparison. If I compare the Jaguars to anyone, if I compare the Jaguars, honestly, I might say the Angels. I might say Jaguars could be the Angels. Minus the World Series, obviously. I think Jaguars-Angels makes a lot of sense. Ownership that spends? Like, you can't deny Moreno spent money. He's spending on the wrong things. Go wild in free agency and it always fails. Let your best player, one of the best players in franchise history, walk for nothing. Calais Campbell. Shohei Ohtani. I think the Angels are a good comparison for the Jaguars. Tyler Kinley, the new pitcher meanwhile for the Rockies. All NFL teams spend. Ask the Bengals about that. Ask the Bengals. The 0-1. In there for a cold strike. 0-2. How's it going, Jake? Well, in the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. And the Pirates and Marlins both, or the Dolphins and Marlins both have 2 titles, so you're not wrong there. Which team is like the Chargers? Second fiddle in their own city. An owner that people hate. It's the White Sox. You're not wrong on that one, Cujo. You're honestly not wrong on that one. If we're talking like that, then yes, the Jaguars are the Rockies. We're talking like that. I think the Steelers are the Cardinals. Stuck in there the Cardinal way, the Steeler way, hovering around mediocrity because they refuse to blow it up. The 1-2 misses outside 2-2. Yeah, I think the Chargers are the White Sox. The 2-2. Oh, there's never going to be a perfect, like, 1-to-1 comparison. There's very few where there's going to be a perfect 1-to-1. Chargers have on the field success. And the White Sox have only made 1 World Series since expansion. The Chargers have only made 1 since the merger. Yeah, Cardinals, yep. That's the only, like, 1-to-1 comparison. That's the perfect 1-to-1. That one in there for a cold strike. There's a close pitch there. They give it to Kinley. We go to the top of the 8th, 2-0. Who are the Falcons? I would have said the Rangers before 23. Before 23, they were the Rangers. Where you made it to 2 titles. The first time you made it, got completely blown out. The second time, it was a historic choke job. And obviously the Rangers did what they did with the D-backs in 23. So, I don't know. I don't know anymore. It was a perfect 1-to-1 with that one. Jason Steelers, because the Jays don't blow it up and mediocre. They're always in it, but they're never, like, a threat. It's like... Chiefs like Dodgers or the Yanks. Well, you have to remember too with the Chiefs. The weird thing with the Chiefs is that Mariners or the Falcons. I can see that. The thing with the Chiefs is that you have to remember this is a dynasty, but we've seen a lot of dynasties in the NFL. I remember the Chiefs did not make a Super Bowl for 50 years. The Chiefs did not make a Super Bowl for 50 years. I feel like the Chiefs. I think more with the Red Sox. I think the Chiefs are the Red Sox. In terms of long drought, crazy comeback to get the drought gone. The Chiefs coming back 24-0 down against the Texans. The Red Sox with a 3-0 series deficit. Erasing that. And then sustained success after that. And everyone hates them. If you're not a fan of that team, everyone hates them. Dolphins of the Tigers? Yeah, I see that. Chiefs equal the Astros in terms of the cheating. I think there's a better comparison for that, but I'm not gonna say it. But I think there's a better comparison for that potentially. UFL tomorrow. It's Birmingham against Michigan. Jordan Romano, the new pitcher. We're talking about dynasty, a team that always wins. Never won before, then they constantly win for years after that. And there's cheating allegations. 5-3 out. Alpha version of the Cubs. Would it be the Lions? The lovable losers? Yeah, I think so. Back to the top we go for Doyle. Cubs equal the Saints. Yeah, everyone was rooting for them to win the first. Did nothing after that. Yes, the Saints gets for a little bit afterwards. A heartbreaking playoff loss. Yeah. I give it the Saints. I'll give you the Saints on that one. The 0-1 to Doyle. He's 0 for 3 this game. Romano deals, and that's going to go into left center for a base hit. Cutoff on the play. Nice cutoff there, and Doyle will get into second. That's him cutting off. Could have been 3 if he didn't cut him off. The Bills double losers because then they're the Cubs. Well, the thing with the Cubs is that they didn't really make World Series before. They went forever without making the World Series. The Bills made it to 4 straight and didn't do anything. Tavar is up. Rockies. It's a rare instance where they have a runner in scoring position. Raiders and the Bucks, man, they both play in Tampa. The 0-1. That's how the Raiders actually kind of remind me of the Bengals. You made 2 tight. Well, the Bengals made 3, but there's always questions of where they're going to spend. Haven't won anything. Pitch misses upstairs, 1-1. They changed their identity a decade through. The Bengals changed it completely. They were basically the knockoff Browns. They changed it completely. The Rays changed it from the Devil Rays to that. Coming out of nowhere to make it to your first title. The Bengals were below 500 for years. The Rays, I don't think they were ever above 500 before they made it. The 1-1. Grounder to third. It's going to hold the runner. Should be an easy 5-3 out, and it will be. So Tavar over 4 today. Yeah, Bills are the Guardian. Yeah. They're always in it, but they've never gone over the hump. They lose in heartbreaking fashion in a title in Florida. Bills to Super Bowl 25, and the Indians to the Marlins in 97. 2 out. And up to bat now is McMahon. That is true, they changed their identity, but it wasn't quickly. It wasn't quick. It was like 2 decades in. They let it simmer for a bit. Fouled off McMahon. The tying run at the plate. Rockies just 10 runs this season thus far. Haven't scored today. Closest they came was that triple by Moniak. The 0-1. Curveball outside for a strike. 0-2. Very similar pitch to how Bohm got rung up last inning. Been outside the zone, but called it. At least someone's consistent with that. Rockies never changed their identity. Though their logo's good. I will say, the color scheme is great. It's unique. Guardians are Commanders. Nah, I can't call the Guardians the Commanders. I think the Commanders are probably the Mets. Outside 2-2. Because the Mets, for years, ownership was awful. Notoriously bad owners. Had some success in the 80s. And now you got an owner that's willing to spend. I think the Commanders and Mets are the good comparison. The 2-2 to McMahon. Curveball, or slider, I should say. Fouled off. We say 11-2-2. Those are the Bears. I could see that. I could see that with them. The 2-2 to McMahon. Outside, well, I think the Guardians rebrand worked out very well. The Commanders, I'm not crazy about that rebrand in terms of the name itself. Full count, swing and a miss on the slider inside. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees are the Niners? I think Yankees are Packers. I think the Yankees are the Packers. I'll tell you why on that one. Consistently good. Some say they've underachieved as of late. They make the playoffs every year, but they've only won one title in the last quarter century. They're always in it. The Packers won everything in the 60s. Like every year in the 60s. Yankees have had decades like that. Did basically nothing in the 70s and the 80s. Well, the 80s. They did nothing in the 80s and the early 90s. They then put together a dynasty. Packers didn't put together a dynasty, but they put together the best teams in the late 90s. And they've been consistently good since. I think Yankees are Packers. I think Yankees will be the Packers. Eagles are the Braves. Both win recently low with talent. I could see that. Yeah, the Braves stretch where they only won one is very similar to the Eagles stretch of conference championships where they only made one Super Bowl. I could see that. I actually could see that. Expos, Eagles, and Nordiques, both Quebec teams love larger for Francophones only to be relocating to teams to and have posting success after that. Yep. I can see that. All right, bottom 8 we go. Colts equal the San Francisco Giants. Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that comparison. Pitch in there for a cold strike. The Reds of football. Or the New York Giants, San Francisco Giants. That might also work. That might also work. Kinley deals. Fouled off 0-2 the count. Kepler, Castellanos, Romeo do up. You want our first place on Sunday? I remember. Yeah, Johnson baseball. Who are the Reds of football? Ooh, the Reds of football. I would have said the Commanders before they changed owners. That's a looking strike. 3 straight pitches there. All strikes. Kepler goes down, Castellanos up. Because it would have been good in the late 80s, early 90s. Hadn't won a playoff game in forever. And ownership, not great. The Reds? Ugh. The Dolphins, that's not a bad comparison. You know, Reds, Dolphins, I could see that. In terms of success in around that time, especially the 70s, but haven't won a playoff game in forever. I can see that, yeah. I like that a lot. Reds, Dolphins. I like that comparison. I like that. The 1-0 to Castellanos, over 3. I like that comparison a lot. 1-1. Alvarado warming up in the pen for the Phils. He'll close this game out, in all likelihood. Jets and Mavericks going to make the playoffs. I don't know, but the Jets are people love watching the Jets misery. I don't think people like that with the Mariners. Castellanos hits that high fastball, 6-3 out though. Grounded out to the shortstop. 2 down. And new video dropping. I'm going to guess after the Yankee D-back game is done. I'm going to guess after that one's done. On that one. Jets of the Orioles, I think that works. The Orioles have had success as of late. 20 of the comments of baseball last 2000, ace of 91, ownership sucks. 20 of the winning playoff game, that also works. There's a few where it works for multiple teams. There's a few where it works for multiple. Like, I'm not sure who would be the Texans. Maybe honestly, the Rays could be the Texans, but there's some teams where I don't know who would be a comparison. There's somewhere it'd be like a lot. 9 p.m. Pacific, Birmingham, Michigan. No, that's 8 o'clock Eastern. I want to say. System and yeah. Well, I did say something earlier. It's funny. The internet went out. The at-bat before Castellanos, so I apologize profusely, but he struck out, so it didn't work out. It didn't work. Kinley behind 2 on the count here. Realmuto 3 for 3 this game. They're having just 2 hits on the season beforehand. Yeah, the first... Every Friday game should be 8 o'clock Eastern. Every Friday game, I think it's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern for UFO. It is, yeah, it's on Fox. Thank you for the stream. Enjoy the content. I appreciate you, B-Rabbit. Appreciate you a ton. The 2-1 pitch to Realmuto. Kinley, he deals. Swing and a miss on the outside, so from 2-0 goes to 2-2. Kinley, a good hang out of the pen. Your Orioles are dominant late 60s like the Jets. Two. Shot foul, we stay alive. All right, 2-2 count. Check swing. I don't think he went. He did not. Yeah, that did not cross home plate. Barrel did not cross. And we got a full count here to Realmuto, looking to get on for the 4th time today. But Stom the on-deck circle. Orioles done pretty well so far this game for the Phils. Last season on a full count, Realmuto got on base 42% of the time. The 3-2 by Kinley. We're going to go 1-2-3. He will not. That pitch misses upstairs. Realmuto is on board for the 4th time today. Nelson stopped the bat. Will Maris tries to be a mythical option? I would say no on that. I would say no. I don't think we're gonna do. I don't think we're doing baseball that Sunday. I think just timing wise, it's bizarre. I think the only game that fits is the Rockies A's. In there for a called strike, 0-1. Well, wait, what time's the Women's Championship? Hang on. Because I think we're going to do that. Wait, what time is that? That's in between the UFL games, right? That's in between, we'll do that, yeah. That's in between. No, oh wait, no, it is in between. It is. Yeah, we're going to do that. So that's the game plan. Shot foul 0-2. Yeah, that's in between. So we're going to do the 2 UFL games on Sunday and the women's title. Because the UFL, it's 12 o'clock Eastern, 6:30 Eastern, and the championship starts at 3. Which I'm assuming it's going to be like 3:10, but... Yes, we're going to do 3 streams on Sunday. The 0-2 pitch to start. Before we got to pick up play Romuto. He stole a base last time he was on board, so trying to keep him honest here. Men's Final Four in UFL Saturday. Yep. That's the game plan. Okay, wait. Tomorrow is the... Wait. No, tomorrow's just UFL. Tomorrow's just UFL. Romuto is going to steal another base. He goes on that one. Had 2 stolen bases last year. He's equal that in 1 game. So, Friday is just UFL. Saturday is this you make the call that's on your screen. Now it's 2-2 in the count. That curveball misses downstairs. This you make the call on the screen. Men's Final Four with the UFL at the same time. Sunday is the 2 UFL games and the Women's Championship in between those 2 games. Ramon gets some immaculate inning. Well, Morano's not going to pitch the next inning. It's going to be Alvarado, I think. 2-2. Check swing did not go. So from 0-2, the slider misses, and now it's full count. Women's Championship is no Women's Final Four tomorrow. I do not think so. Because I think it's going to interfere. I don't want to call 2 at once if I don't, like, it's going to be a lot. Yeah, the timing just doesn't work out with that one. The timing doesn't work out on that. A 3-2, shot foul, we stay alive. Yeah, I'll have it on the screen. I'll call it a little bit, but I'll have it on the big screen. Alvarado gets immaculate fixture on that. It's very rare to get immaculate innings. It's very, very rare. I can't see it happening. Romuto on second in scoring position. Full count here. First base is open. Stott will watch that one upstairs for a ball. Romuto will advance to third on the pass ball. I'm not sure if that's pass ball or wild pitch. Either way. Runners on the course. Women's Championship is Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern time. The UFL games are at 12 and 6:30, and in between the games, we will have the UFO. Yeah, Sanders is now out of the picture. I didn't think he was ever in the picture after they got Smith. Yeah, that's a pass ball. That's definitely a pass ball. I didn't think he was ever in the picture once they got Smith, because it'd be like, well, that's a win-now move to trade a third-round pick for a quarterback in his mid-30s. So why on earth would you take a quarterback in the first round after that? Then again, the Falcons have it with Cousins, so I didn't give him high draft capital to do it. It'd be like giving up your first and your third for a quarterback. It'd be like, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Can we get a mound visit right now? Vonick in the pen right now for the Rocks. We go to the last guy in the order. Sanders, I think he'll be a Saint. If he falls beyond the Saints, that's where it gets interesting. Because then my theory is that someone's going to trade up for him. If he falls beyond the Saints, that's where things get dicey. Again, the Saints have not drafted a quarterback. Michael Penix, the franchise guy. Don't know. He looked all right. Better than Cousins. He looked all right. I don't know. He's on the older side of things, so I'm not sure how high his ceiling is necessarily. The Saints have not taken a quarterback in the first round since 71. So it's been a while. We're just going to QB maybe round 4 or 5 to add depth behind Smith O'Connell. I could see that. But that's a lot different than taking a quarterback in the first round. I mean, you don't really have a lot of receivers to go alongside him. Like, that's where I think, honestly. As that's a pass ball here, wild pitch. And Romuto's going to come in. Romuto will come in to score. Well, Penix was old when he got drafted. Like, he was not a young rookie. Wild pitch there. They leave Kinley in. So one hopper, Stallings can't block it, and it's 3-0. The Phillies look to pull away here. And Michael Penix, like, he's going to be 25 years old, which is not old, but that's old for a guy that just came in the NFL. Yeah, Penix starts. Yeah, it's not going to be Cousins. Penix is starting. QB Stonation can play well into their 40s. True, but that's some guys. Definitely lose a step. You have to readjust. Brady's the exception to the rule, really. Brady's really one of the exceptions. Pitch missed inside 3-0. You know, Penix, I mean, Penix is fine. Obviously, when I say Penix is old, I mean he was old for a rookie. When he came in, like, it's not like this guy was super raw coming in. I'll put it this way. To give you an idea of what I mean. 4 straight balls, and that should be it, I would think, for Kinsley. What I mean by that is, in a month, what I'm about to say is going to be true. Kinley's done. In a month, what I'm about to say is completely true. This is what I mean by this. Trevor Lawrence and Michael Penix are the same age. Trevor Lawrence and Michael Penix are the exact same age. On May 8th, that will be a true stat. That's what I mean by old. I'm not talking like you got to replace Penix. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when he came in, like his ceiling. Usually guys that are that old coming into the NFL, they don't really grow a whole lot. They have a high floor but a low ceiling. But Michael Penix and Trevor Lawrence, who is on his second contract entering his 5th season, they are literally the same age. Bo Nix is also 25. Bo Nix is also. That was one of the things with Nix, although he played very well last year. Who's going to back him up in 25 cuts of trade by training camp? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Lance. I think they'll probably go for Locke. Well, who does Raheem Morris know is the question. What I could see potentially, if Stetson Bennett gets cut, Raheem Morris knows him, obviously. Be a hometown reunion in Georgia. I could see potentially Bennett being like the 3rd string. It wouldn't be the 2nd one. Yeah, week 3, the schedule looks good for that one. Schedule looks good. Ravis kind of click because he's a running back who's a 25-year-old rookie. That's more about wear and tear. It's not really age so much as wear and tear. Like, if you have 100 carries at 25 versus 23 and you've got 900 carries already, like, that's a little bit different. Vonnet coming in with a score 3-0 runners on first and second. Hey, he's still afraid. He could be, yeah. He's there from a Pro Bowler. But what I think the Browns are watching what the Saints are doing with a keen eye. Because if you're the Browns, like if you are the Cleveland Browns, you look at the ammo that you've got. You've got a 2nd rounder, you got 2 3rd rounders. You got one from the Bills and the Amari Cooper trade. If you're Cleveland, I should say, you get Abdul Carter, number 2. Let's say you like Sanders. You get Carter 2. Let's say the Saints don't take Sanders. At what point do you jump up? Titans after quarterback? Yeah, they're going to take Cam Ward. Ward's going to go first overall, is my guess. Ward will go number 1. I'd be surprised if he doesn't at this point. All signs point to that, and Carter going to the Browns at 2. Marsh up to bat. Vonnegut the pitcher. But if you're the Browns, let's say he slides. Sanders slides. Schwarber is up. Hit a home run last time. Do you do it? Do you trade up, back up into the 1st round? If Sanders slides, you have a 3rd round pick to give. You've got your 2nd rounder, 33. That's you got the 1st pick in the 2nd round to give on that. That one just a weak rounder to 2nd, 4-3 out. Pittsburgh trades up. I don't know if Pittsburgh would trade up. We're assuming they get Rodgers. You sign Rudolph. as your backup. So Sanders going to start QB3. I think that I don't think that I'm not sure that would happen. I'm not sure. If they landed both Carter and Sanders, man, they'd be getting A's all around the board. I'll tell you that much. They'd be getting A's everywhere. Go to the top of the ninth. Rockies have scored just 2 runs this series. They've been shut out here this game. Only once have we gone a runner past second. We're going to avoid getting this swept and dropping to 1-5, which is about 20 games out of first at this rate with the Dodgers and Padres are playing. Now, I could see that potentially. If the Saints don't take Sanders, it's going to get very interesting in Green Bay. It's going to get very interesting. There's going to be audible gasps. I've seen it play out before. There's going to be audible, like, shock if they don't take Sanders. If the Saints don't take Sanders and he's there, and then you're just waiting. And when you hear the Browns are on the clock, you know what's coming. When you hear that voice. I think it's Scardy who is the voice. It's like this team is straight their pick. The Cleveland Browns are now on the clock. There's going to be jubilation at that point because we all know what's coming. How's it going, Joe? Welcome to the chat. Top of the 9, 3-0 score. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up here. You have to wonder, too, if Bud Black is thinking about potentially pinch hitting for Toglia at first, seeing as he is not going to hit this series, and he's sitting about 0-40 on the year. He's due up in the 5th spot. First pitch in there for a ball. Bit inside there. 1-0. Alvarado looking to get the save here. Way upstairs and inside for ball. 2-0. Jose Alvarado struck out 5 batters so far this series in 2 innings of work. He's pitched every game this series against the Rockies. Finished last night's game. No save situation there. Got the hold in the 8th inning of the game back on March 31st. Fouled behind, 2-2. So far this season, 3 innings pitched, just 1 hit allowed, 7 strikeouts. Alvarado has been money. He looks to get his first save of the season. A credit for the win against the Nationals on opening day. The 2-2 to Goodman. Way upstairs. Almost hit him there. Almost hit him. Misses badly there. Full count. I think especially if Goodman gets on, Toglia cannot come up to bat. He just cannot. The 3-2. Downstairs for a ball. Leadoff man is on. Goodman only got on base 21% of the time last year on a full count. But he's aboard. And up to bat, it really is going to be Toglia. I don't believe this. Grizzlies relocation risk? I would say no. I would say no on that. Well, if I'm wrong, but I don't know, a 3-run game. Trusting a guy at the plate right now who has gotten no hits this series. He's 0 for 11 this series. He's hitting 0-45 on the season. Not sure this is the guy you want up at the plate right now. Although, it's not going to matter if Alvarado can't throw strikes. It's 2-0. That one misses downstairs, 3-0. So it doesn't matter who's at the plate right now. Because Alvarado can't find the zone. None of these pitchers are even coming close. He's sitting 101 on the gun. But it doesn't matter if these pitchers are nowhere near the zone. The 3-0. Toglia watches down for a strike. Back to 3-1. Toglia, after getting ahead in the count 3-0 last year, got on base 73% of the time. The 3-1, that one swing by Toglia. That's a base hit. I take back everything I said. We're just going to go to third. Runners on the corners here, nobody out. You know, not a bad time for your first hit of the series. I take back everything I said. Wow. Did not expect that. I got to be honest. Toglia with a base hit. Good contact on that one, too. Got a hand the count 3-0. And then takes that one past the attempt by Stott. The first hit for Toglia this series. The second hit of the season for him. And Martini's up to bat. Runners on the corners here and nobody out. The tying run is at the plate. How's it going, Jose? Welcome to the chat. Time runs up. Martini. Or excuse me, actually it's pinch hitter. Looks like they're pinch hitting for Martini. So the pinch hitter, Sean Bouchard, is the pinch hitter here. So Bouchard pinch hitting. 0-1. That one's chopped past the third baseman. It's a base hit. It's a base hit. The Rockies have a run. The tying run is on first. The Rockies have scored. It's 3-1. Bouchard does his job as the pinch hitter. He gets his first hit, his first RBI of the season. For a Rockies offense that's been struggling all season, all series, in this game, they've got life. With Stallings up, Alvarado has faced 3 so far, and he has not recorded an out. Mound visit here. Alvarado, the first run he's allowed this season. The Rockies are making this interesting. The tying run is at first. The go-ahead run is at the plate. The bottom of the order, Stallings, Moniak, and Freeman due up. This is getting interesting, folks. Is Blackman a Hall of Famer? If the Hall of Fame was solely based on player performance on Week 11, 2012, in games played in Houston, then he is a Hall of Famer. Any other scenario, he's not even close. Any other scenario, he's not even close to the Hall of Fame. All right. Last season, I should say, Stallings with no outs got on base 44% of the time and hit .353. So with no outs, this guy was money last season. Fouled off, 0-1 the count. No, Casillas not a Hall of Famer. Solid player for 1 year. Altuve, I think he will. Swing and a miss in the dirt, 0-2. I think Altuve makes it. I don't know how they punished the Astros for the scandal. I don't know, but Altuve's going to have the numbers. He'll have the numbers, he'll have the acumen. If we're just looking at the metrics, we don't take anything off the field into account, he's got what you need to make it to the Hall of Fame. Like, relatively easily, I should say. Relatively easily. Pitch missed in dirt, 1-2. What he was worse than steroids? I mean, I don't disagree with the whole Astros thing. I really don't. But Carlos Beltran is pretty close to the Hall of Fame. he's pretty close to the Hall of Fame. A lot closer than I would have thought. He got 67% of the vote. So I don't think they're going to punish him. The 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2. Every current receiver that has a Hall of Fame chance. Well, Evans is a lock. Adams is a good chance. And then obviously if they keep up their pace, Justin Jefferson's got a good chance. If he keeps up his pace. Grayson should be in. I'm with you on that one. All-time leader in the AFL in interceptions. He should absolutely be in. Every other player with his stat line is in. The 2-2. Swing, fouled off. Altuve's left out his puncher before the Astros in 17. Again, I don't think that's going to happen. Because again, Beltran was part of that scandal. He's close to the Hall. Beltran got 67% of the vote. And he's still got plenty of eligibility. Beltran will probably get in this year. Or next year, I should say. Because it's a weak ballot. I think Beltran's going to get in. So I don't think the voters are going to punish him a whole lot. 2-2, fouled off again. We stay alive. But obviously, like, certain guys to keep it up. Like, if Brian Thomas plays like how he did for another 9 years, he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Like, it's too early to tell. But Chase is great, obviously. The 2-2. Nobody out. Stallings. Again, last year got on base 44% of the time. Beltran's not getting in. I disagree on that one. Would I vote for him? No. But he's getting in. 2-2. In the dirt, 3-2. Beltran will be in by now if not for that. He came close. He came close. Beltran on his third year got 70%. He's going to get in next year. I would bet on that. I would bet on that Beltran gets in. Especially because next year's a weak field. Like, there's no... Hamels is the only guy that's going to get 5% of the vote. Full count. Fouled off. We stay alive. Good at bat by Stallings. Over him besides Henry are in right now. Saquon's close. Marlins like Saquon. I did see that, yes. I don't know if I buy it. Yeah, I don't know. Because the White Sox are just the Bulls logo. I don't know if I buy it. Again, I don't disagree with you on that, Cujo, but I think he's getting in. Swing and a miss down the middle on that sinker. Alvarado, a huge out, number 1. Moniak up to bat now. $100 on the gun on that one. Just going straight M at a 3-2. But I don't know any player who would have 70% after 3 years and not get in. Because you only go up after that. I mean, sometimes you go down, but you're not when you're that close. Especially because next year, Hamels will get 5%. I don't know anyone else that does. I don't think anyone else gets 5% of the vote next year. So people are going to be more inclined to vote for Beltran. We don't know which ones voted to ban. Well, they tabled it. They didn't vote on it. They tabled the discussion until May. The 0-1. That is line into left. That's going to fall. That's a base hit. Won't bring in the run, but the bases are loaded. Good piece of hitting there by Moniak. Another shot into left field. Tyler Freeman up to bat. Base is full. Tying runs at second. Go-ahead runs at first. Mahomes Vancouver should be banned, yes. And they tabled it to May, so we haven't had a vote on it yet. But we don't know which ones are in favor of banning it. We know, like, some of them. We know, like, the Buccaneers... Not the Buccaneers. The Falcons. The Packers, obviously. They proposed the rule. Alvarado. He's in quite the jam right now. It's not 4 base runners in a run. Bases are full. That one... fouled off. 0-1. Tyler Freeman. Up to bat here. Last season, got on base just 28% of the time with the bases full. Fouls that one off 0-2. That one's going to get to. That one's good. Here we go. There's someone in a Santa costume in the Phillies game. I don't know why. It seems kind of hot to be doing a Santa costume. But 0-2 to Freeman. Doyle's in the on-deck circle. The 0-2. Inside on the curve. 1-2 the count. It was 16-16? Well, that was the straw poll. That was the straw poll. They didn't vote on it yet. They tabled the discussion until May. So they're going to vote on it in May. The 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2. From 0-2 back to 2-2. Last season, Freeman only got on 21% of the time, hit 110 after falling behind 0-2 in the count, but he's worked it back to 2-2. The pitch. Fouled off. Alvarado, this will be pitch number 30. It's been anything but a routine outing for him. Looking for his first save of the season. The 2-2. Swing and a miss downstairs. It was not a foul tip. Swing and a miss on the curveball inside. Alvarado back-to-back strikeouts. Doyle's the last chance. Yeah, he didn't make contact on that one. He did not make contact, even though it was on field clean by Realmuto. We go to Doyle. The last chance here for the Rockies. Bases loaded. We'll say it's not the worst guy you want up if you're the Rockies. Even though he was 1 for 4 today, he hit 400 last season with the bases full. Come on with the tour. Is it a swing and a miss, a foul tip the same? Yes. Well, foul tip if it's caught by the catcher. That wasn't caught by the catcher. Yes, it is. Doyle in there for a called strike. Appreciate the tour, man. Yeah, swing and a miss and a foul tip if it's caught by the catcher the same. That one wasn't caught by Realmuto. Occupied, so. Otherwise, you could have run to first on that one, but it would have been an easy throw because Realmuto made the play. To get you on the Astros game. Upstairs for a ball. 2-1. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button. Subscribe down below. Base is full. Alvarado's loading him up, but back-to-back strikeouts here. Can he get one more? Doyle rules. 2-1. Fouled off his foot. Down to their final strike. Pitch number 35 for Alvarado. It's always interesting when a pitcher throws every game in the series. He has thrown every game in this series. Rockies have the bases full with 1 out. The 2-2. The crowd at CBP on their feet. Alvarado looks for his first save of the season. Get out of this jam. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the cutter. 3 straight strikeouts for Alvarado. And there's your ball game. The Phillies bring out the brooms. Alvarado wasn't the prettiest, but he got 3 strikeouts. The Rockies finished that series with just 3 runs scored. And the Phillies win 3-1, your final. That's your ball game. The Phillies, another win for them. They go to 5-1. Rockies drop to 1-5. About 40 games back at first at this rate. Phillies with the win. Was not the easiest win in the world by any means. The first run was unearned for the Phils after an error in left. Schwarber with the monster shot on the 7th to get some insurance. Walker gets the win, his first in 11 months. Had a great outing. Just 3 hits allowed. Your final score, Phillies 3, Rockies 1. The Phillies will get the sweep. And they will play what should be a phenomenal series at home this weekend against the Dodgers. Be a big one there. Gonna be a big weekend ahead for the Phillies. They got the sweep, 5-1 through their first 6. And the biggest series of the week, Phillies-Dodgers, starts tomorrow night at Citizens Bank Park. Well, for the Rockies, they dropped to 1-5. Rough start to their season. The worst offense in baseball, just 11 runs in their first 6 games. They'll take on the A's, though, at home. They will play their first home game. They got 3 against the A's, 3 against the Brewers. 2 teams have not been off to the best of starts, so maybe a chance to bounce back there. They got the A's and the Brewers at Coors Field, and they will play tomorrow night, hence the early start time for this game. And the Red Sox also win Baltimore. There you go. All right, fact Braves get the first win this week? Yes, I'm going to say fact on that one. If they don't, time to panic. All right, appreciate you guys tuning in. JG9 signing off. Here's the game plan. I'm going to be live for the Yankees-D-backs game later tonight. That's going to start in 3 hours' time. Start that one at 4 o'clock Eastern, so I'll be live for that game. Appreciate you guys a ton. JG9 sign off. I'll see you guys there. New video. Click that link above if you haven't seen it. The video came out last night. I'm sure I have a new video coming as well. That should be out, I would say, probably after the Yankees game is done. So, another late night release, but should be out there. So, appreciate you guys a ton, and I will see you guys in 3 hours.